and welcome to the Sword of Truth. Why are you doing that? Did it not work? No.
Now it did. There it goes.
Hello, and welcome to the Sword of Truth podcast, in which we normally have a chapter-by-chapter reread of the Sword of Truth series with a side of craft brew. But today we don't, because today we're celebrating the 300th episode of the Sword of Truth podcast.
Woo!
Yay!
Yeah.
And also, I didn't have that intro written down. So, yay for me for not fucking it up completely, totally.
Finally got in with the air horns.
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing, as always.
I realized.
Are we supposed to hear things?
God damn it.
Oh, I believe you are.
Are some people not able to hear things? It looks like Jenna can hear.
Oh, so
Sarah
And
hears
maybe
things.
Carol can hear.
Oh.
And Sarah can hear. Dan.
That's right. Jenna, audio cannot be edited.
Dan, I know
This
you
has
can't
been
hear
there
us,
forever.
but listen to listen to me here, Dan. Dan, listen to me. Turn your volume up.
Getting spicy in the chat right away. Fantastic.
Turn your volume up, Dan.
Fucking get ready.
Those people
He
are
can't
called
hear
deaf.
you.
I know, that's the funny part.
Oh.
This is all an insider joke that Dan will get to hear later.
I was there for
Nothing
it.
still.
I was here for it. Oh no. Is he? He's asking if his volume's
Craven
on too.
can hear. I mean, Craven has a wild set of skills. Greater than the average human.
Yeah.
He's a superhero, or he's
what?
the Marvel, he's a Marvel guy.
What?
Craven.
Who?
A Marvel guy named
Craven.
Craven?
Yeah. Did you guys not hear about a giant movie that came out? It didn't do very good.
No.
Giant? Are you? It's not giant.
We've been in the basement talking about Sword of Truth this whole time.
I forgot. You guys never leave the house.
No, we haven't, not once. It's been 5 years.
Sony does suck. I was about to clarify that it's Sony and it sucks, and that's why it sucks.
Wait. It's a Sony Marvel movie?
Yeah, Sony. So Marvel, to not go completely bankrupt, many years ago, sold a bunch of their IP and their movie rights, and so there's a lot of Spider-Man IP that is technically owned by Sony.
I know that. I know Spider-Man.
Well, so now I believe Disney
Is this
and
person
Sony
a Spider-Man
share.
man?
Yeah, he's a Spider-Man man. He's a Spider-Man villain / anti-hero. But because they can't do Spider-Man, they just are doing these weird origin stories for Spider-Man villains, but Spider-Man's not involved, and it's really weird. And
So
surprise,
it's like Joker was. There's just no Batman.
it's kind of like Joker with no Batman. It kind of doesn't make sense, but like you can make a movie about it.
I guess that's today's moment of truth. So yeah, we're all here.
Ooh, shots fired across the bow.
Dan, I'm very happy we worked out the volume thing, and I'm very happy for you to listen to this back when it releases.
Some of you might be hearing us chit-chatter with some people who aren't here in the room, and it might be a little confusing. And that's because currently we are actively live on Discord with our patrons. But not currently, not while you guys are listening to this, because it's going to be released later.
No,
Yeah.
you guys
But, like,
not the
but the people who are
you guys
listening
not
to
the
it
patrons. You guys
actively-
listening later
You guys,
in the future.
yeah, people
in the past.
understand.
Right
It makes
now-
sense.
Yeah.
This makes sense.
Right now, in the future, we're live in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I got all of them there.
that makes perfect sense.
Timey-wimey things.
Yeah, Nate threw a rock at a portal, and that is how you're hearing us right now.
Listen, I promised the intergalactic keepers of the space-time continuum that I would never throw another rock again. That does mean I have been desperately throwing other items randomly around the house in an effort to find something else that works as good as a rock, but we've not gotten there yet.
Turns out, legally speaking, there is a difference between a rock and a pebble, and that's been an unfortunate legal loophole.
That's right. There's a legal distinction.
Names are important.
I need to buy 50 pounds of pebbles.
50 pounds of XL pebbles.
And then another 50 pounds just in case.
It's usually a buy one, get one. The pebble market's not that strong.
The pebble mark. Well, you know what is strong, Aaron?
Today's moment of truth.
No, we already did that. You can't do that.
We already been through that.
I'm slap happy. I
was going to say our Patreon base.
Oh.
We're here separating. What am I talking about? Celebrating. First beer has been cracked, ladies and gentlemen. 300 episodes here on the Sort of Truth podcast. And so I think it would be a good idea to thank Sapa. I'm sorry. Sapa. That's the only thing I'm calling it from here on out. Listen to Sapa. But I think it would be a good idea if we called out each of those patrons by name right now.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. Right here, right now. And
Right here, right now, we're going to do
I feel so anxious.
the near impossible feat of reading off a list of names. Can you believe it?
I just appreciated
Fucking call Guinness.
I appreciated the physicalness of you saying right here, right now, and then backing away from the mic. We're going to do it right now.
After you.
Go on.
And then stared in my eyes and backed away, and I got real hot.
You got flush.
Oh.
Got him.
Yes, that's a good thing to do. Okay, so thank you, David Benson.
Thank you to Keith Hurley.
Thank you, Erica Hogwood.
Oh, I'm here. I'm sorry.
Throw the toddler was that?
No, okay, sorry, I got distracted. Thank you so much, Eamon Jones.
Thank you so much to Kira Arnold.
Carl King, thank you.
Thomas Wagstaff, always thanks.
Joe Roth. Thanks, my guy.
Someone named Dan Rudder. Dan Rudder. If you're here and you're listening, thanks, buddy.
Thank you to Lacey Cochran.
Thank you to Tim Arnold,
Why?
a.k.a.
Every time.
Forsworn and 7 beers ago,
Did that happen?
a.k.a. Teddo.
You got corrected.
It's called an accent, Dan. Jeez. Thank you, Christopher Platts.
Thank you, Nicole Rawls.
Thank you to Mike Matthews.
I am character assassination is what's happening right now.
Bad accent.
Thank you, Sarah Nardi. Nardi, that's an R, not an N. I don't have my glasses on.
We don't excuse you. Jenna Troska, thank you so much. We love you.
Thank you so much to Tanner Goodhue.
Joyce Rugg, thank you.
Thank you, Cruelis.
Cruelis. And thank you to Super Tuft.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you, Maria Luisa Pereira.
What was that name again, Jade?
I never forgot it.
I know.
Maria
Nope.
Luisa Pereira.
He's asking because he forgot.
Yeah.
No, I did not. Thank you very, very much to Carolyn Streckman.
Sarah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much to Al Meyer.
Oh,
I think that's it.
Yep. That is the list in its entirety. And we left no names off. And there's no reason to look at that anymore because we're fully done with it. And last, but very much not least of all, I would like to
Debatable.
say thank you to Darren Uddles.
Damn it. Damn it.
Legally, that's what you put on the form on Patreon, so that's who I have to thank.
None of this is true.
Actually, it does say, see if you shorten it, then it's Dick.
Yeah, you can call me Dick.
It
Oh,
does say that.
Yeah.
So I could
actually,
just
you do
say-
call me Dick.
hi. Sometimes.
Not as much as I do, actually.
Yeah. It does. That word gets thrown around a lot. But yes, thank you guys so much. We definitely could not have done this without you. I'm speaking for sure on behalf of the other two in the room with me, but more so for them. You know, I joined on a little later, and a lot of you guys were here before I was an official member as well. And it's just honestly, you guys keep the lights on. This is a wonderful thing, and the fact that you guys are here listening with us is just even more wonderful than I could have ever imagined. Oh yeah, there's a lot of gifts in the Discord, and I love it.
You got to describe what it is you're laughing at, JD. It's an audio medium.
No, she is allowed to point and laugh.
She can point and laugh. I would never take that away from her. I just got to know for my clarification too, because I get confused.
I was laughing at the GIFs.
They're gifts.
Oh,
Damn it.
They're
yeah.
gifts.
Every time.
I'm
No.
on the GIF side too.
I always fuck it up.
The creator has said it's GIF,
I
but
know,
the
I'm not
creator is
arguing.
wrong.
I'm not arguing with
Sometimes
anybody.
the
Yeah.
creator
I
could
don't
be
have
wrong.
energy, but they're funny in the chat.
And that's when a podcast comes along to do a show about it.
They're from the movie 300, and I've never seen that movie, but I know that's what it's from, right?
Yeah.
How many times recently have we been like, oh shit, you haven't seen that movie?
Every
We should
time.
do just a monthly movie. We can record it and do a watch along about it, but we should do that just because there's a lot of shit we've talked about like in the last month that we haven't seen that are like core memories of mine.
I wish I could remember that. Here's the problem. I learned
Gee,
that
like in
every time,
graphics.
and I know that it's something about peanut butter, and that's what the problem is because every time I go to say it, I go, okay, it's either not like the peanut butter or it is the peanut butter.
You know the reference.
Right. And
You
I,
don't go to the zoo to see the giraffe.
and I like peanut butter, so I go with the peanut butter.
That's fucking great.
That's the greatest GIF I've ever seen.
Why do they have knives?
They're fighting.
Oh,
It's
Also-
GIF versus GIF.
They're butter knives because that's how you spread peanut butter. Where are you?
yeah, it's not getting
What's
through that
going on?
plastic.
Yeah. I do find that more often than not, I'm just constantly thinking about peanut butter anyway. So, like, that's always been useful for me because peanut butter's always on my mind. It's so good.
Just in general.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree.
That's what I had for dinner yesterday. I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It was delicious. I loved it.
Good for you.
Thank you. But yeah, we are here to, this is mostly going to be kind of a hangout episode. We've got some things we are going to chit chat about. But for those of you in the Discord right now, feel free to, send us some questions, some topics you'd like us to discuss. We're going to be going over comments from Patreon and the Discord over the last few months.
I do have something I can share right now.
Oh,
It was-
kicking us off?
It was shared. It was talked about in the Discord chat. A lot of you know that I lost my mother earlier this year, and my dad was diagnosed with cancer.
Earlier this year, like 2 months ago.
Yeah, very, very recently. But so I've been hanging out with my dad. He's done with all of his treatments and stuff, and now we're just getting him strong and fattened up for surgery that's upcoming. All of this to say, me and my dad have been hanging out on Fridays and just making sure we get a good solid lunch and some stretching, and we always get ice cream milkshakes. And so we've been talking a little bit in the Discord about like toppings or consistency, and a question came up about whether or not it's appropriate for there to be fruit in a shake, whether or not that is an appropriate topping to go in that.
And Rick went, oh!
Yeah, and Rick said, oh, which apparently he doesn't even know that he's famous for.
Which is wild.
I was like, Dad, some podcasts have a little audio tag at the end of the episode to be like, this is where it ends. And you know it every time. And I go, and the only thing that I've ever really thought about putting at the end of our episodes is you going, oh, just the way you do. Just a little recording. Hey, Dad, oh, and stop. And it would be fucking great. But okay, so this should work properly. I'm going to go ahead and do some mixer magic behind the scenes. I've got this playing off my phone, connected to Bluetooth, so I hope you guys can hear when I play this. Please sound off immediately if you hear nothing.
Immediately. Shout.
Immediately.
Do you want to do a little countdown so they know when it should be playing and it's not just weird
Yes.
silence?
Yeah. I will
Wow,
start
bossy.
playing this in 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, there
I
we
can
go.
hear it.
Okay, so I have
can hear
a
it.
very
I hope they
important
can.
question for you that some of our patrons have been
Difficult to hear.
asking. I answered, and I got about 50-50.
There it is.
And so we decided the only proper course of action is to ask the expert, which would be you, i.e. that's you.
What a hearty laugh.
I
In
love
the
it.
question of
He could be
pieces
Santa.
of fruit going in a shake. Like, I had a raspberry shake a couple of weeks ago at the Not Country Sunday Frosty Treat in Jenison.
Oh, okay.
And it's got little pieces of raspberry and stuff in it. And I thought it was delightful. But then there are others of a mind who think it reminds them of clumps of period blood. And it grosses them the hell out. I thought it was great, but at least
That's
half
what
of the
was
people
said. I
chimed
wanted to
in
be
and said,
accurate.
no,
It's
fruit
true.
and shake is absolute no.
My dad is not dainty. He can
I would
handle
kind of
that.
go with no.
You would go with no.
Yeah, I like the flavor,
Okay.
but I don't think that's their place in a shake
Okay.
because you can't suck a strawberry up a straw.
That's true. That's true. You got to shred them up.
Yeah, you
And
can't.
then
And then it would be just like juice.
okay, so then let me ask you this.
He doesn't know my
What
skills.
about like a strawberry syrup? Like a caramel or a chocolate, but it's just like a fruit flavored syrup instead.
Yeah, that I would go with.
That's better than chunks of fruit.
Yeah, I won't want the chunks of fruit.
Okay.
You'd have to have a pretty big straw.
You would. You would have to have
You-
one of the oversized ones.
You could use a toilet paper holder or a paper towel.
Paper
holder.
towel. You gotta get the length. The
Cheech and
length.
Chong style
Yeah,
straw.
really.
Well, okay, there you have it, folks. You heard it from the man himself. No to chunks of fruit,
Yeah.
but fruit syrup is
They,
fine.
they belong on a Sunday.
They belong on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Love
They
it.
belong on a Sunday.
Love
That'll
it.
be the next season of the podcast. Sundays.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of what is it, Tuesdays with Maury, it's Sundays with Dad.
Yep.
Yeah,
And we'll find that Sanders hot fudge.
Could be very
Oh,
sweet.
Making.
we'll find it.
They don't make that
That's
shit
from
anymore.
my childhood.
Maybe that's
He's
what the
obsessed
podcast
about
is
it.
really all about. Just finding Sanders sauce. We're gonna open some old door and it'll just be in there on pallets.
Oh, that'll be funny.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, so that was part of me hanging out with my dad, just having a shake and a burger, shooting the shit. He's been very curious about the podcast. He's been very curious about all of you guys. He thinks it is incredible that we talk to people from different countries on the regular. That blows his mind.
Jade and I specifically, you mean the others on this podcast? Your dad's curious about us? Is that,
Oh,
is that
it's
what you
just
meant?
me and him now. I forgot to tell you. I'm kidding. Yes.
I knew this was going to happen someday. Oh,
wow.
Yeah, by the way,
Shots fired from the chat. They really love hate you.
I believe Carol called it just a moment or two before your dad said it, that as long as the fruit chunks fit through the straw, that it's fine in shakes. So yeah, we had some little consenting and dissenting opinion here. It seems. I mean, it feels like chat right now is a little bit more so on the chunks just don't belong unless they can fit through the straw.
Chunks just don't belong.
That's the compromise.
That's a fucking song all day long.
chunks don't
Chunks
fit.
just don't belong.
Chunks just don't belong. Okay, hey.
Whoa. Don't
Why-
be chunkist, bro.
I was gonna say, why do I feel personally attacked right now?
Hey, me too, pal.
Okay.
Oh, they tease you because they like you.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That's good.
I've found that my chunky, thick skin.
That's good. Well, we did have someone else, but they murdered him.
What?
Yeah. That's why he's not around anymore. So, I mean, you're doing pretty well.
I've listened to every episode of the podcast.
Exactly.
I don't think exactly means what you think it means.
Sure.
All right, or whatever.
Or whatever.
What's happening?
No, I will not be gaslit, Sarah. You don't get to chime in about we weren't going to talk about the other guy.
Don't tell her what to do.
I'm not telling her what to do. I'm yelling at her for things she's done. But yeah, I've seen I've seen a couple suggestions come up for topics, but yeah. As you guys are in there, we'll have that. We've posted on Patreon. I believe there was a David Benson was trying to get in. Hopefully you are in, have been in, were able to get in, or will be joining us soon.
I'm not good at this Discord thing. I don't see what you're talking about. I see the chat. I found the chat on my phone.
I was over on Patreon seeing if people were messaging on the post about being live.
Don't point at him. I posted it.
I didn't point at anyone, Jade. You can't prove anything. We don't record
Thank you,
video.
Dan. Thank you.
But yeah,
Skills lie elsewhere, Jake.
That cat.
Aw. Puck!
Yeah, I think there's a chance I'm sorry if
Whoa.
you recently just said this. But I believe there is a chance we might be hearing some more Shake content from your dad at some point soon.
Get it back on the rails.
Okay. So we have been recording every Friday. So far, they've been like 15 to 20 minute conversations. And I'm not 100% sure what I want to do with them because I want to do it justice. I know it's just a phone recording while I'm hanging out with my dad, but also it kind of means a lot. So I want to make something special of it. I'm going to do my very best. But that is what I have been doing outside of podcasting and working. Yeah, that about sums me up.
That's if we had to describe Nate in 2 to 3 sentences. That's it right there.
I have one more personal update.
Nope, 2 to 3 sentences was the limit.
Fuck. God, I'm so bad at that.
I'll allow it this one time.
Okay. So one other thing that I've started doing, this is nothing important at all, but I have been wearing a boonie hat.
I am gonna.
It's
it has such an announcement vibe.
I feel kind of weird about it, but my dad's always worn a boonie hat, so I started to wear one, and turns out I kind of fucking dig them, and they're actually great. And maybe this is me just turning old, and this is how it happens. Soon I'll be tall socks and sandals, 2 short shorts with holes in them, and a cardigan at the same time. Maybe that's where it's all headed, but I appreciate a good sun hat, not a cowboy hat. I have to make that distinction. I don't think I could do that, but a boonie hat, because we're in the woods and we do run the river as often as we can, I feel like is about right for me. And that is a weird assertion that 13-year-old Nate would never make.
13, like Nate of even like
2 year ago Nate would also be like, fuck that. But now, I don't know. There's something about him.
Just something about him.
Just something about him.
I'm trying to find a picture. I have a picture.
A boonie hat?
Yeah, of Nate.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, we got the just the general boonie hat up on Discord, but
oh yeah, I do. Mine is kind of like that. I do see that, but mine's got buttons on it, so I put the edges up, and it is more cowboy hat style, but it's smaller, and I don't feel like it's as loud and in your face as a cowboy hat is.
Where did the Discord go? I'm working on it.
where doth the Discordeth be?
If I got my elderly father on Discord,
Don't talk to me.
Don't talk to me while I'm typing on my phone.
a slouch hat. Oh, that's new. I don't know what that is. You're one good knife away from being Crocodile Dundee.
That's me and Nate and Nate, James, and Chantel all at our kids' graduations. That's
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, there it is. Hey, I'm on Discord.
Oh, hey, look at that.
You're famous, bud.
Holy shit. Okay, let me look at this here. Yeah, I fucking dig that hat. Why am I making fuck me eyes at the camera?
I don't know.
That's a weird picture of me. I don't make that face.
It's normally the face you make when you're drunk and you're pointing at the camera.
I'm stone cold sober in that picture. That's my kid's graduation.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why you made the face. I didn't make the face, man.
That's weird. I like the hat. I feel weird thing about my face. Ooh, look at what Dan's throwing down. Does that have a kraken on it? What is that?
A brooch.
Brooch. Ooh. Ooh, guys, I feel a certain way about that hat.
Uh-oh.
Twitch.
That's a fine hat, sir.
It's a little sad how that kind is becoming my decision-making process. How do I really feel about
Did it move?
this?
I think I like this thing. Did it not move? Yeah, it's boring now.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, I think at some point we're gonna be.
I'm joining the Australian Army. Oh no! You guys, I'm fucked. I'm not a fighter
Well, never mind.
anymore.
No, it wasn't going to be about you. I just have never. I don't know anything about the Australian Army. How often do they get into combat situations?
I'm sure it's much like the American Army, where they wouldn't tell you if they did.
Well,
So
I don't
you're
know.
gonna get glow marred so fucking fast.
do they? Is it like? Is the army also like National Guard? Because like, there's a lot of predators. Like that's Australia's famously known for how dangerous it is.
What do you think happens in Australia, Aaron? Do you think they have a special
I
like
think the-
army military arm of
I think
the government that just handles the wildlife?
from what I understand, kangaroos have guns. Is what's happening in Australia. The emus have been fought back one time, but that does not mean they might not return. A good defense is a strong offense is a good defense. Something I don't know. Dan will let us know.
I've heard of the Great Quokka War,
The Great
says,
Quokka
no,
War.
no,
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
in which Quackasaka was played for days on end.
Well, and there's the animals that jump at you from the trees.
He says they
What?
fought.
Oh yeah, I know. There's like a magpie or something
They
that
fought
flies
a
at
war
your
against
face.
emos and lost.
Yeah.
They lost to the emus.
Hey,
Spider-Man's so
Carulus
fast.
is in the chat. He said he
But-
might not have been able to make it.
Yeah.
So hello, Carulus.
Well, I think we know that Carulus just woke up from his middle of the night sleeping time.
Yeah, I don't know when he sleeps, actually. We did thank him for him being a patron, but also I would like to thank him because we are speaking to you via help that Carulus has provided us. The little mini PC we run this whole operation off of came from him. And so thank you, Carulus. You made life a lot easier for us as creators. We appreciate you.
Yeah, cheers to that.
I
Yeah.
feel like there should
Fuck,
be a,
you know what?
like a star above
You
your
know
head,
what?
rainbows.
Why don't we cheers to that right now?
He says it's 1 a.m.
I
there.
don't think they'll hear us if we cheers.
It's cans, so it's going to be real
Gotta hit it
bad.
hard.
hard.
This is more just a feel good thing for us, I feel. Oh.
All right, I'm behind on the Discord. I gotta catch up.
Are you responding back to
Okay.
everything?
Yeah, well,
You're
not
a good
everything,
person.
but I said a lot of comments, and I need to catch up to the comments about my comments now.
So yeah, Nate, that's what's been going on with you.
Yeah.
Right? Your dad is actually almost finished, hopefully, with his
Yeah,
terrible situation.
Surgery here in just a few weeks. So we're in the last stretch there. And doctor said prognosis looks good, looks to be a successful endeavor. So,
So
I mean, we'll see us on the other side.
we could
But yeah, that's where we're at right now. And we're being
Hopefully-
positive and we're having milkshakes.
Yeah. get that cancer the fuck out of there.
That's right. Fuck cancer.
Fuck it.
I'm okay putting that on
didn't
the
like
record.
way I
Yeah.
said that. I said it weird though.
Hot take of the evening. Fuck cancer. You can quote me on that.
Gonna go out on a limb here. Hot take alert.
I don't want to get canceled for saying this, but fuck cancer.
Yeah. It's you've had an eventful few months to
Yeah.
say the absolute least about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Shit's been
Xavier
wild.
graduated, our oldest.
Yeah. My oldest son graduated. Next one in just a couple of years.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but we cannot keep talking about milkshakes. Carulus asked us to not talk about milkshakes. He said that because he's in bed and it's 1 a.m., if we keep talking about milkshakes, he's going to want one. So we have to stop talking about milkshakes.
Okay,
No
that's
more
fair.
milkshake
No
talk.
more milkshake talk. No more talk about the cold, creamy.
You're a
sweet
monster.
goodness. I'm sorry. You know what? That is unnecessary cruelty, especially to Carulus. I
Yeah.
apologize, my
So
friend.
mean. So mean. But yeah. I don't have anything new except my dad's health is like, meh. But hopefully he'll have surgery soon and we'll get that fixed and that'll be hopefully better.
Yeah, your dad is also looking at surgery soon.
Yeah, like emergency style kind of.
Yeah.
Because his stint is from a few years ago. I don't know if we all remember. Has decided to be clogged, so he has no blood flow to his legs. So they're gonna try and fix that, and then hopefully he'll have blood flow and he can start to be a person again. So that would be super great.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's all. Other than Xavier graduating and the kids just being kids and me just being a work person. I just work. Go to work and then come home. And that's it. That's all that's going on with me.
Work that work, make
Yeah.
that money, pay them bills.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Drink them beers.
Just a
Hell
grind.
yeah. Drink
Speaking
all
of-
the beers.
Almost.
That's just a general statement.
I left you
there is
alone
no
for 2 hours.
Shots for drinking all the beers. It's not fair.
There is no background information needed. Just occasionally, sometimes people drink beer.
It's not my fault.
When you have a beer fridge and it is in your house, it's hard to not drink the beers in the beer fridge.
It's not my fault that I walked in the door, tripped, fell in the kitchen, hit the fridge fell open, beer opened, fell into my mouth.
Sometimes I feel
4
like
times in a row.
I feel like when you open one, it just like I don't know. You just like they don't. It doesn't
Ooh.
stop. Like the can is not. It just you just. Keep, oh no, there's a new can there. It's just like I didn't do it.
How'd that happen?
All
Yeah.
right, Jade, are you? I don't know
Yeah,
if you're
I
looking.
had this silly accident. That's exactly what happened.
Ugh.
I just, I
Bacon?
don't want to. Yeah,
Why is there bacon?
I think we're trying to distract Carulus from milkshake. Or sorry, the M word. I think
guys, this is not helping. He's just gonna want something else. I feel bad. Oh, I see now that Uber Eats doesn't work where he is. I feel bad. I was like, man, let me Venmo you some cash right now.
I think
and
it's
get
more of
you
the,
some food.
I think it's more of a timing situation.
I know, but really, it just depends on who you got to pay.
That's true. That's a good point.
For a little while, name dropping Domino's, looking at you guys because they were open till 3 a.m. Can't stress this enough. The bars closed at 2.
Pre-COVID days.
So yeah, so being the only open pizza joint past 2 a.m. was like a huge boon for those guys, and that was the go-to after
Hey,
the
best
bar.
friend,
Pretty
bring
smart.
me some pasta.
pretty smart.
Yeah,
Hey, bud, I know
That's
you're
what it
working,
was.
but I'm drunk. I could use a pizza.
I really need some pasta.
you know they're sitting there staring at the clock at 1:45, like, well, guys, here it fucking
You
goes.
put it in a bread bowl.
The craziest hour. I need bread. Lots of bread.
Do you guys make pizza, but then can you put it in a bread bowl?
And then could you blow in this device in my car so I can drive?
You took that to a whole different place. Don't drink and drive.
Don't drink and drive. I've never had the device. Nobody here at this table has ever had the device. I've known people with it. And you know what? That's fine. They should probably have it. That's okay.
I also feel like, yeah, no, it's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything is fine.
Everything's fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've speaking of surgeries. Here's a very much a TMI for all of you. I found out I've got a hernia.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
it's
So
Aaron's turn.
yeah, I am officially been diagnosed with a hernia. So that's real great. I've got surgery in my future. Yeah, it's it turns out it's not fun.
And that's coming up soon, right?
Will be. We just got confirmation. So we're not even at the we're not even scheduling surgery yet, but it is one of the it is one of the like surgeries happening. It's the only corrective thing for hernias. But yeah, hernia. I've diagnosed at 34 with arthritis in my right knee. I also might have diverticulosis, and I gotta tell you, medically, not a great time, but also, a lot of other things are going great. So it's like, there's the good and the bad. Bob Ross, you can't have the bad without the good. You can't have the good without the bad.
That's right.
And it's nice to finally have answers to things.
Yeah.
Just been dealing with some, occasional discomfort. And it's nice to have answers for what that discomfort's
Well, and it's good
from.
to have a plan as to what happens next.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I do wonder do you think if I went in there and told them that I was a podcaster and that I was your co-podcaster, do you think they would let me do some of the surgery on you? Like, they're putting you out and said, all right, you're going to be awake in an hour or so. Everything's going to be fine. Have a good nap. Good luck. And then the last thing you see before you close your eyes is me putting on a doctor's mask.
So if this was an umbilical hernia, I would consider it. But this is dealing with a section of the body that's a little bit more sensitive. And I don't want you anywhere near it.
Aww. Well, fine.
Yeah.
If I don't have your consent, then fine.
I mean, part of me does kind of want to give consent just to see what the doctors then say. Sir, no, it's okay. I consent.
No, we're going to let him in here.
No, it's okay. I said he's okay.
It's fine.
I signed this paper that
He's a
we wrote up
podcaster.
in the parking lot.
This napkin has been notated. Yeah, but the nice part is I've been told that it's sir, this is a Wendy's. I have been told that like we caught it early. It's not it's not the worst version of anything. So I'll probably have a week or two off to recover, and that probably means a lot of probably a lot of D&D prep during that time.
Oh no.
Gosh, my knee's keeping me not so active, and I'm going to have surgery. What am I going to do with my computer and a notebook?
That sounds terrible.
I mean, I kind of feel like you could probably just, like, still come over here and do whatever. Like, you're just going to be sitting here talking, right?
You guys got to
wait.
You got to put a slide.
fine.
You have to put a slide in. I think stairs are a no-go.
Speaking of D&D.
Speaking of,
one of our listeners, Jenna, I believe it was, that sounded a little bit like Forrest Gump unintentionally, but she said she had to make a D&D character. I don't know if she is still here. It looks like she is. We'll have to see. We'll see if she pops up in the chat.
Oh, yeah, she's still here.
I am curious as
Right
to
there.
what character you made.
I do think I saw somewhere in the Discord that I think I saw the word bard was being tossed out.
Fuck yeah.
Lyrico.
Hell yeah. I played a bard in my very first. I mean, I kind of take it as my first official D&D campaign. We have played at the table before. Jade and I have a 2-player RPG for romantic couples that we've played. It's pretty fun. We've only done the first of 4 parts, but it's pretty fun.
Does this have a name? People want to Google it just to see?
Yeah. Rescue from Blackthorn Manor, I think it is. Yeah, it's not like X-rated. It's a fucking adventure, but they have stuff where you can make your characters fall in love and fuck, but you gotta fall in love first.
You can use that mage hand creatively. It's up to you.
It's up to you.
So what'd you do this weekend? Me and my wife did a bunch of role playing in the basement. No big deal. Pretty casual.
I.e., not a goddamn thing. It was great.
You guys have told me a little bit of this game, and it sounds very interesting.
It's cool as fuck.
And very cool. I mean, because like I know when we were researching a lot of D&D stuff, there was a lot of stuff of like, hey, here's some extra stuff for if you're only running a campaign for like 1 or 2 people, because that's not normal and it's harder. Sometimes it's harder to do.
Yeah.
A lot of the base stuff is more catered to like 4+ people, but we found a way to make it work. But it's cool that there also is games that are like, no, these are for those people that are like, it's only a 1 or 2 player game.
Yeah, well, it's kind of nice because like we have been getting into D&D more lately. We've been watching a lot of Dropout, Dimension 20, and I mean Critical Role. Not Another D&D podcast is fucking great, but we've also been wanting to play more too. So Aaron has been doing a lot of prep, and he has built a world for Jade and I to mess around in. And that is what I'm considering to be my first very real playthrough. Like Baldur's Gate 3 was great. It taught me a lot. I played a bard. I was Lyrico, who was the shit. But now I'm playing a sorcerer, and he's very different. And Jade's a druid, and I cannot wait to see what you do as a druid.
I like to be druid.
My guy's a goof. I think you're going to be fucking great.
How would you describe your character in as little as words as possible? I like to druid.
I like to druid. Is it in Aminal? Then I like it.
I am a dwarf druid who escaped the mines with my deep rothe Russ.
Oh, okay.
And he's my best friend. And it's awesome. I like it a lot.
Russ is the shit.
Yeah,
That's the only reason you don't hate me or hate me less than anybody else is because I assisted with your assistance of Russ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jenna says
Russ has maybe been the MVP of our sessions.
so far he's a fucking rock
Russ
star.
does work.
Yeah.
So Jenna says
try to fuck with him now. Try to fuck with his stats now and see what happens, Aaron.
Jenna says she's going to have an unnamed bard who will use pop culture quotes for as much as possible. If anyone has a name, help me out. Level 1, so no college yet.
I was thinking like Carson. I don't know. Like the Carson Daly, like the guy from MTV.
Oh.
But I was trying to think of a way to make it funny.
How would you describe your D&D character? Kind of just Ryan Seacrest vibes.
You could give him the last name of what if you named him like, well, I was thinking Zachary, but it's more Zeitgeist. Or give him the last name of Zeitgeist.
First name Zeit,
because he's
last
all
name
pop
Geist.
culture and like everything like that.
Zeitgeist.
Zeitgeist. That's kind of a icky sounding last name. Geist.
Well, I mean,
If you can't handle moist, you can't handle geist.
if you can't handle me at my moist, you
Yes.
definitely can't
Yeah.
handle me at my geist.
Well, if you can't handle moist, then I feel bad for you.
Yeah, that was a minefield just now. We apologize.
And we navigated it perfectly.
So good, guys.
First try.
We're so not professional.
Quip Whitmore is a good name, too. That's a good one, Dan.
Whitmore? Fuck me.
That was from Dan. Quip Whitmore.
Oh, that's fucking good. Somebody get that man a beer.
Tudyk is a good one, too. I mean, Alan Tudyk, any reference to Alan Tudyk is a good one. I mean, let's
I like
be
that guy a
honest.
lot.
What a great guy. I swear to God, if something comes out about him.
What a great guy.
But yeah, bards are fun as hell.
Yeah.
I remember being a halfling bard, so I was the face guy. So I would run up, but the problem is I'm not a fucking fighter. So I would have to talk to the person and then run the fuck away and then just be like, bardic inspiration as much as I could. Because again, I was so very small.
Oh yeah. You were a halfling?
Halfling.
Yeah, I think we had to you had to get thrown a lot of places because you couldn't
You should
just me.
Wait, your bard should be named
Just
Jim Cummings. He's the guy who did Winnie the Pooh, but also like 90% of all, like a whole fucking bunch of Disney voices, and his name is funny.
I think he did Winnie the Pooh and Optimus Prime?
Yeah, he's done like a
Well,
fucking lot of
Yeah.
them.
Very talented voice actor.
Winnie
She
the
says,
Pooh,
my bardic
Hercules.
inspiration is going to be, I'll make a
and
man
Shrek.
out of you. Fuck yeah. Did this whole episode just pivot to karaoke? Because we got like 15 minutes or so left. We could totally do that.
I think she already left. But Carol, thanks for joining us. It looks
Darkwing
like
Duck.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Had to leave a little early because time zones be fucky.
Time
And it's a
zones
little
be
late
like
where you
that.
are. Yeah, time zones be like that.
Time zones be a bitch like that.
But yeah, thanks for joining us while you could. But yeah, we're actually I think we're planning on our next session tomorrow for our game, so that's very exciting. But yeah, I will say as a GM for a player that is well known to be very druidic, it's amazing. I've been watching so many like learning how to prep videos and other GMs talking about what they do, and not hardly any of them have the most important step that I have to go through. Which includes adding animals to your important NPCs. Because we've definitely had to house rule that Jade just has speak with animals, or sorry, Tiswin has speak with animals at all times. Because
Fight me.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was just one of those things where like, we're playing this game to have fun. So don't take away the thing that lets me have fun.
If
Yeah.
I have to make a potion, you don't think that my fucking person would have not collected a bazillion potions so I could talk to my best fucking friend? Eat a dick.
Jade, real quick, I didn't mean to grab the beer as a choice. Did you want Tropical Fate or did you want Imperial Thorn?
Man, I'm gonna tell you that one is such a good fucking beer. I want you to at least. I want you to at least try it.
Can I take a sip and then?
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
I'll drink either one because yeah,
Are we doing a live beer break?
we can.
Hell yeah.
Oh wow, that's pretty good.
Bye, Crueless. We love you.
Bye.
See
Thank
ya,
you for
man.
joining us. Hope you have a good milkshake.
Rude.
You
Why?
can't
You're
say
such a
milkshake.
dick.
I said have a good night.
How dare you, sir?
Go back and listen. I said have a good
Don't
night.
gaslight everybody in the whole world.
Edit
No,
the audio.
Nobody's gonna
Future
edit
Aaron
shit.
and Nate. Edit the
Nobody's
audio.
gonna edit
the
anything.
audio so there's no proof.
No.
Dan says that he is so glad that he got his headphones working because his son is next to him right now. Dan,
Sorry.
I'd like to just go ahead and say, on behalf of all of us here, we are too.
Sorry.
Oh, and it sounds like Essie, Exai. How?
Don't try. You're making it worse.
No, I know, but we aren't sure how to pronounce it. I think it's Essie. If I had to guess, I would say, oh, rhymes with Becky. Eki.
Wow.
Got it. Well, hey, now we know.
I should have let you keep going.
I would rather know. Nailed it that time. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
What are you drinking, Eki? We've got a few beers here. Jade grabbed a multi-pack from our local Meyer because we're Michiganders. From Founders. I don't know all what we have because there are 4 different kinds of beer floating around the table right now. I've got a Mortal Bloom hazy IPA, but one of them was like a red fruit IPA that Jade, I think it might be her second favorite beer ever.
It's a real good. It's a real good IPA. It's a real good IPA.
Not a very hoppy IPA, which crazy that this is one Jade likes.
Oh yeah.
These. Sorry, yeah. We got a few different variants here. I've been drinking some Tropical Fate, and it tastes very tropical. But I need to try the other one here.
Tastes very tropical.
I just want to say for everybody, I didn't fuck up anybody's name as far as I know. Nobody's called me out today, so I just don't want to be lumped with those guys. So.
Oh, that fucking hurt. I wasn't. I was trying to get clarification, so I could not be
I
rude.
appreciate you. I do.
Yeah.
I love you. But they're talking. Dan was talking about how the accents aren't right, aren't getting names right, and I just want to say,
I am checking the website. What is this? What is this fruited ale you have here? I'm looking at what Eki is drinking right now.
Oh, I Jade, to clarify, I did give you the tropical haze because this one has more hops, and I like that better.
Oh, surprise. Oh, wow.
yeah,
I just faced my microphone. I'm sorry.
Face. Guys, look. This is what happens when you go live for the 300th episode.
Yeah, I see your beer. It has a badass Viking dude with a big ass beard and horned helmet on the can.
Big ass.
Eki is drinking
Okay, Jenna,
Einstock
see, that's
Olger
all. I needed somebody to call me out. That's all I needed.
Icelandic white ale. That looks bad as fuck. Oh man, I want to try more European beer.
It is kind of the interesting, where like we kind of have this thing where we want to, support local, so we tend to try to look for Michigan brews. But
we've had all of them.
I kind of
But
feels
what
like,
happens after you've had all of them?
look, if you put your beer in a can and it's available at a store, there's a good chance the three of us have had it.
Colorado.
But yeah, I mean, it's like there's so many other good beers from different states that we haven't even breached into that sort of territory yet. Well, we have a little bit, but not as much as we could. Because,
We just
support local.
we just gotta spread out and just take over the world like a plague. Not a plague. Did I say plague? What's a better word for that? Like a cool, entertaining thing you share with your friends. And then that can happen. And then we can just travel and drink beer and talk about books all day.
That would be nice.
Man.
That would be nice. Like the plague.
Like the plague. Yeah.
What?
Look, I fucked
He
up
said
just
the
there.
plague.
I mentioned a plague. And
He brought up plagues, and I was not going to let it go.
I made a mistake, and Aaron will not rest until he exploits that. That's okay.
This is the one downside to me being the punching bag at all times. Occasionally I will lash out, and then I'm sure we'll find a way to ship it back towards this guy. Two thumbs, this guy. It's me.
Well, it was your fault.
That's true. I did confess to that. It's in writing.
Aaron has given me permission to blame him for any and all mishaps that happen on the podcast. If that actually happened. I'm not saying that to get out of some shit.
Yeah, Dan's right. No one needs permission to blame Aaron.
I don't.
Yeah, I was going to say, Dan, you're not going to believe this, but almost no one's asked. I think Nate might be the first one that's ever asked for my permission to blame me, and I gave it willingly, but mostly just because, it was just amazing to have that courtesy. But it's sometimes, it is what it is.
Oh, shit.
Dan, it's 2025. We do not king shame. Also, if anything, you know what, Dan? I immediately will take that back. You are absolutely right. I assumed shame, and that's on me. That's something I will have to work on.
Okay. So, I don't know if anyone realized this, but we got off the rails.
Oh.
What?
Oh, did we?
What?
There's not been really a,
Is that a 3 or a 5?
That is a 3.
Okay.
hey,
Sorry.
hey.
Sorry.
That's how it happens
bud.
right there. You almost took me down with you. That was fully Aaron's fault.
I was talking.
That's right. Take off the headphones. Walk away in shame. Gosh.
Do the transition.
Rude.
This is your job, according to the patrons, is to get the pod back on track. The pod back on track. I felt that sigh over here.
Y'all are very helpful. So, from what I gathered, from what was just happening when you interrupted me, we need to take a beer break.
That's fair.
Is that?
I think
Yeah, you were going to describe what beer you
Yeah,
were drinking that
okay.
you liked so much.
All right.
That's
so,
where the rails were left.
well, I don't know about that, but that's what we're gonna get back onto them. So we'll do a little quick beer break, and then we will actually talk about some sort of truth things before the end of this episode. I think would be nice.
We're just going to go ahead and do this proper. So, Jade, what are we drinking today? You're welcome.
So the beer I have is from Founders, Mortal Bloom. It is Tropical Fate, and it is 6%. It is a fruited ale. It is tropical, pineapple, and citrus, and it's good.
It's very, very good. We got a 15-pack of these. It's like a multi-pack. And Jade and I had a couple of them the other night, and then Jade was making dinner, so by all rights, she can have as many beers as she wants to. And then she had quite a few of them, and we were like, whoa, what the fuck? Those were IPAs. that look, it's not, the problem that I had is not that she drank the beers. It was shock that she drank them being IPAs.
Well, I mean, it kind of makes sense that, like, I would have a problem if I accidentally cracked one. I'd have a problem not drinking the rest. Because, I mean, Mortal Bloom Tropical Fate fulfills its destiny by bringing you the vibrant flavors of the islands to you. I mean, the experience, experience the taste of the tropics with sweet pineapple, zesty lime, and subtle notes of coconut, carefully balanced with a mildly tart yet sweet finish.
I don't like what you're doing.
Next time Mortal Bloom Tropical Fate knocks, you might want to answer. And that's just off the top of my head if I had to describe it.
Oh yeah, just off the top of your head. Wow. It's amazing how your voice got so sing-songy for a minute there.
You know what, though, Jade? I think that's why I did not have as strong feelings about it. I'm not a big fan of coconut.
And this one's not an IPA, actually.
Oh, I know that because I just read I thought of the description.
All the other ones in the pack are, and they're all pretty great, too.
Yeah.
But this one's not. And yeah, it does have a coconut. It's got a coconut floater on the back or something.
Fruited ale at 6%. I mean, it's good.
Makes it slide right down.
If I had to... if I had to rate it out of 10 slides, I think it's a 7. I'll give it a 7. It's good. It's good. It's a very good beer. It's a very tasty beer. I like the fruit. I like the flavor. But it's a 7. 7 out of 10 for me.
7.
You want to...
Yes. Oh, yeah. I got to give this an actual objective rating because I tried this the other night and it is delicious.
What was your rating for it, Jade?
It is... It's like a 9.
Yeah, I can see
It's
that.
like a 9.
Honestly, that's pretty good. I think I would give that... I think I'm going to give it an 8. I could use more flavor, but there are no bad flavors at all. I think that's crushable. I think it's drinkable all day long. I think it's wonderful. I don't think it's a 9 or 10 category, though.
Well, Dan is currently drinking water fresh from the pipes under his house.
Ooh.
It is moist,
rare,
clear, and not a bad aftertaste. It's good. Would give it 8 out of 10 pipes.
Dan, you're an absolute hero, my guy. He did mention just a minute ago, he's like, can the rest of us join your beer break? And I was like, absolutely. And you came through, my man. Not all heroes wear capes. No, you wear a boonie hat like me because you're from Australia.
It's a bad
I imagine
idea to wear capes because, like, you might die.
the bad guys can grab them. It's really bad in like a
No
grapple
capes.
fist fight situation.
No capes.
No capes.
But yeah, I think that's we'll call that the beer break for today.
That's
You guys
fucking
want to
great.
head back into the episode?
Oh, yeah. I could do the thing to make it sound like we're heading back into the episode.
Gosh, you can do the thing.
All right, I know we're not in the beer break anymore, but I do love that Jenna and Dan immediately put the same no
Boom.
capes. gif.
Yeah. I just want to use that to point out
Absolutely
that our
true,
patrons
Al.
are the fucking best. They are the hive mind, and we do listen.
Ooh, and I know this is post beer break, but with the magic of audio editing, maybe this will somehow make it into the beer break.
No, it won't. It's
Damn it.
live. It's going up unedited. But I don't care. We can do it right now. Everybody gets to
This
participate.
is going up on oh, fuck.
Yeah. Craven McCormick is drinking watermelon tea from Applebee's, which I'm not going to lie,
Oh.
sounds goddamn delicious.
Wait,
I would also
Also-
love to listen to this show at an Applebee's.
I was going to say, are you at Applebee's? Did you get tea to bring home from Applebee's? I'm so
What'd you get from Applebee's, my
intrigued.
guy?
It's a tea bag. He's drinking from a tea bag.
That's right. You guys, I'm sorry. I just made a horrible mistake. Jenna just reminded us we can't edit audio. It is impossible.
right.
So, of course, every episode we've ever released is wholly unedited.
Jenna and Dan are on the same fucking
That's
pages
right.
now. And Al, great point. I mean, Syndrome, it's his own fault. He was the master of his own downfall because he had a cape.
Idiot.
That's right.
Fucking hashtag idiot.
Oh my God, is that him getting sucked into a jet engine?
I was trying to figure out what that was.
Fuck yeah.
But
That
Craven,
dude is fucked.
Craven,
Tell what that was. I'm so confused.
Craven did give his watermelon tea an 8 out of 10.
Oh, okay.
And he got it via DoorDash. Jade. He DoorDashed his watermelon tea.
Okay.
I have there's a tea that I like to keep in the repertoire. It's a watermelon honey tea. And, you know, because what's better than watermelon? Honey with watermelon. I would never pour honey on a piece of watermelon, but as a tea, fucking delicious.
Really?
Watermelon honey. Yeah.
I'm a fan of a nice Earl Grey.
Watermelon.
Basic
sugar.
bitch.
Little, fuck you.
Whoa.
That little bit of lemon makes the difference, my friend. I will have you know.
You trying to fight?
You come at my morning tea ritual. You come at my tea and find out.
I don't know why I'm always the punching bag. I don't. Other than my own actions, why am I responsible for all
Victim?
this?
What?
If you take out my actions and my words, what have I done wrong?
See, they're even blaming you. They said, "Where'd that aggro side come from, Aaron?"
Oh, that's what's at the core. We try to keep that under wraps.
So I would like to ask anybody that's here if you have any questions or comments on anything we've covered about Sword of
I
Truth
know
so
there's
far.
2 things that we for sure need to bring up. That people haven't talked about.
100%. We're gonna cover it. So drop it in the chat. Talk to me, chat, or whatever they say. It's weird. Okay, peek behind
What's
the
up,
curtain.
YouTube?
My teenage son has started using
Oh
this
fuck! This is.
in his speech. He'd be like, "Yeah, chat," and I'd be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And I just now realized the thing that he is referencing
This is what he's doing.
as
yes.
literally what he's talking
But
about.
he's telling it to us while we're at the table for dinner.
So the beautiful thing is here
Your son calls you chat?
that I can
done it while
start
you're here.
saying
You
this
heard him do
back
this.
to him, and I can mean it now. Be like, "Yeah, chat." And if I have my phone up to my ear, he'll absolutely panic, and I cannot wait to do that later today.
Well, I do know one of the most hot button topics that's been pretty recent.
Ooh, hit me.
Do we want to talk about the whole wife situation?
well, obviously.
Okay, let's get
Well,
into it.
my wife is right here, so of course
Why are
we'll
you
talk
acting
about.
like that? Do you want to fight right now?
No, I'm pretending I'm Richard. Or no, not actually Richard.
Wait,
The guy who was like, "Bro, don't bring Kaylin along. Maybe just you. Maybe just you, right?" No, my friend. She's coming along. This is going to be real bad for everybody.
well, I know I'm definitely with Jenna here. I don't consider Jenna a wife. I think it's Dew, Nadine, and Kaylin.
I think that my point was not that I necessarily thought that they had gotten married. It's that there was she wears white. There are just things that could symbolize a mating in somebody else's culture. That's all I was saying.
Yeah.
And with the spirits, seeing all these different classifications for how somebody can be married, considering that Richard and Dew didn't even have a ceremony of any kind. That's all I was saying, is that there.
Did they not?
No.
Did
And-
they, Chad? If we're missing it, remind us. But
no, they didn't. and
didn't.
they didn't.
But they
And
didn't. They were
so-
just like, "Yo, we're
yeah.
married now."
I don't disagree that you can fucking love, and you could love people and not be married. I don't disagree with that fact at all.
Yeah.
I was just positing the argument that with all these different ways that the spirits consider somebody married. It's weird that they do sometimes and they don't sometimes. Like, they brought them to the spirit world to fuck, but they weren't married then. But they were married when they said it in their heads, but not really, technically. But yes, but no. You know?
Well, but yeah, but no, kinda. But maybe. But yes, but no.
I know Al pointed out on in a Patreon comment back on chapter 27, I remember off the top of my head. It does have to be the third wife that calls the chimes. So in any discussion, it is kind of nice where it's just like, look, the hard and fast line is Kaylin is the third wife, and it's just, it's 1 and 2 that would be up for interpretation. But yeah, it is weird that it's like we can't rely on like the legal definition of marriage because technically then Richard only has 2 wives.
Yeah.
Not a third.
Right.
So yeah, it's like
ceremony rules.
Sometimes the spiritual counts, but it's like if spiritual or something like that can count, wouldn't Kaylin not be wife 3? She would be wife 1 or 2. In the spiritual sense, because that would be when it was established that they could be together.
I think the difference there is that according to Duchailu's people's like belief system, right? Richard is the guy. He did the thing, so therefore they are married. So Richard's dance with death is essentially his marriage to do. The fact that he did that makes him her husband.
Are you saying marriage is like a dance with death?
It can be.
Yeah, actually it is. But I know what you were trying to get me to do. The fact that the words are true.
Me, an instigator?
Doesn't actually make it a bad thing. I'm kind of happy for that. But yeah, I think that Richard doing the dance with death is considered the ceremony of the wedding, right?
Yes.
And so that's what makes that official. Oops, sorry, just hit the microphone. And then Nadine had the thing, and obviously now Kaylin and Richard have been married. But the only difference there is that Denna never had a ceremony.
Well,
she just took
and,
him as a mate.
And I understand that.
I was just going to say, initially I thought mate is what made Denna a technical first wife. But I am wrong in that, because there was no ceremony for one, and there was no space for Richard to be like, yes, I love you also. So only one person was like involved in that relationship.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I guess the other thing that other people are saying is that Mord Sith don't consider that a marriage. And my only other argument was technically I felt like their relationship, at least from Denna's point of view, was not a typical, like, mating of that kind. She didn't just, like, own him, She did care about him. And that doesn't mean that just because of that makes them married, and I understand that. I just, I just posited she's wearing white. She obviously had a very close bond with him, and we aren't really in her mind that much, and maybe...
I'm sorry.
I don't know.
I 100% agree. I don't want to cut you off. Please finish what you were going to say.
No, that's all.
Are
Al,
you sure?
Yeah.
I just read chat. Somebody's saying prison rules. Yeah, mine, bitch.
I was reading Al's comment that said Richard annulled the relationship with Denna through murder.
Which I agree. And I'm not...
till death do us part.
And also, Terry very clearly says in the book that it wasn't considered marriage. So I'm not arguing that, really. I'm just...
Right.
I was just giving the argument that, again, like we're saying here, they fucked in the spirit world prior to him meeting Nadine, but that didn't count as a marriage. But the thing with Dew did, but the thing with Nadine also did. But he also technically married Kaylin at the exact same time he married Nadine, which made her the third wife, and in order for her to be able to call the chimes. So, okay. It's just a little, you gotta squint. That's all. That's all I mean. That's the only reason I even brought up Denna, and I know a lot of people were like, no, and didn't agree. But I just thought it was an interesting thing to at least play with, because there was a, like, I don't know, there's a mating, and she wears white.
Yeah.
Which is, I get it.
Marriage.
It's not marriage, but it's like,
marriage coded.
It symbolizes things. You know what I mean?
Fun
Yeah.
fact, I learned about my father today. He wore an all-white tuxedo to his wedding.
Oh.
His wedding with my mom. Sorry,
Damn.
I should clarify. To his wedding. We were joking because I
Not to his mistress.
not to his mistress, correct. We were talking about that today, because we did a Patreon episode about weddings and such, about the symbology that happens at a wedding and like the reasons why the bride wears the veil and why groomsmen and bridesmaids are there at all. And he was like, that's fucking crazy. Just like, yeah, you wear white to keep the devil out, Dad. And he was just like, I had a white tux at my wedding. And I was like, no shit. And he goes, yeah, why not? Looks fucking good.
Devil couldn't fucking touch your dad.
Fucking come at me, devil.
Eki had an interesting point up here too. Was this just maybe a more meta way to like, this is why Terry did not talk much about Dew, because then it would be a surprise when she shows back up.
Why she disappeared so fast?
Yeah, well, and why we didn't spend that much time with Dew. Did he know that maybe Dew was going to come back into play? Was this maybe an idea and he built towards it and it was like, you all fell for my master plan. No one remembers Dew Chai Lu.
I mean, probably.
I like to think that while Terry was writing this book, he goes, you know what? They have a beer during every episode.
Hold on.
They're totally going to forget. Hit me,
He
Jade.
definitely did. Because, listen, part of the reason why I like this series is, I'm not going to tell you why, but later books, you read and then you go, oh my gosh, look at that. That goes back to that thing. And you're like, holy shit. So I think, yes.
I mean,
So
honestly,
in short,
it's
yes.
yes, and that's a great meta writing technique. If you know you're building towards something, and then you're able to kind of that you can breadcrumb your way along. I do know, just randomly on another meta sense, I think it was a quote from Stephen King. And he said that he purposefully never planned out his books because then he knew that no one could predict what was going to happen, because even he didn't know what was going to happen.
Oh, man.
So he would write the book, and then it was like, as he was writing it, he would then try to piece together what he wrote. And that's how he came about his twists and turns. But I feel like Terry, maybe that's what Terry did. I mean, I think that's an interesting part as well, or an interesting technique, or a tool to have in your tool belt as a writer. But it kind of feels like Terry maybe pre-planned more and did not improv as much as some of the writing is good and bad. Coke-fueled Stephen King. His words. That's not an accusation.
His words.
His own words.
That's fucking awesome.
That's exactly what Al just said.
Oh, I
Yes.
don't know, Dan. For everybody that's listening, a lot of our patrons will know this, that one of our patrons, Dan, is writing a fucking book. And I have been following along on Discord, and I've read a little over, excuse me, very much. I've read the first chapter, and it's incredible. It pulled me into the story, and it is fucking wonderful. And we've been following along, and he's talking about like publishing this thing. And I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
No,
Keem's
we're not going to start doing
my
that.
new favorite fantasy book.
No.
And I will start another podcast for thee.
Can I be real honest, though? It's pretty impressive.
No.
It is. It is very impressive. I couldn't do it. I know that I couldn't do it.
Nate and I are pretty good at jumping onto hype trains about 4 to 5 years after they're popular.
That's our secret superpower, man. We come in just a few years after the zeitgeist passes everything, and we just clean on up.
Zeitgeist.
That's right. I apologize.
We've been talking about
Our new friend Z.
pronunciation.
But that's what happened with Game of Thrones. That's what happened with goddamn Stranger Things. Me and Nate just decided to start watching that.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
fucking
just-
great show.
Like, we decided, I really didn't think I was going to like that show. And then we just decided the other day to be like, okay, maybe. It's
So
okay.
did we finalize the wife chat? Are we all concurrent on there's been 3 that Denna didn't count.
I
Yeah.
do think with the potential forgiveness annulment theory that I think there's a window for the shippers. Because if you forgive and annul, then it never happened. So they were married, but it never happened. And spiritually, the spirits were like, yep, them's the rules.
It's the first love for Denna.
Yeah, till death do us part. So they die. So dead.
Not even till death, because that bitch be doing some shit in the spirit world for him. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. I think there's a wiggle room or a legal loophole, maybe.
I think
but,
there's a spot there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think for official purposes, I feel like
Does
we've
not
come to a
count.
pretty good consensus
Hell
here.
yeah.
If we've
I
missed
also
it, let us know.
want to shout out the Metalocalypse gif that I just saw pop up on the Discord. I fucking love that show. Nathan Explosion is my spirit animal. Love that guy. I don't know if you two know who that is, but it's me. It's when I had long hair, that was me in cartoon form. That's fucking metal.
I feel like this might damage our friendship, but I've never seen
That's okay.
this.
It's very
okay.
out of the way. You probably,
Okay.
most people probably have no idea what that is.
Oh, no, I know what it is. I've just never watched it.
Oh, well then you're a terrible person.
I'm
I was aware. I avoided it because they had metal heads.
No, it's late at night.
Pickles the drummer.
It is very
on late at night.
Come on, man.
It's just,
Yeah, not the clown, the other guy with the gap tooth. That's not me either. Nathan Explosion has like long, straight black hair. He's fucking beautiful. Not unlike myself. No, I'm kidding. I cut my hair, so I'm not glorious anymore.
Al, I love the Garfunkel and Oates shout out there. I always love me some
Fuck
Garfunkel
yeah.
and Oates. But yeah, I think, Aaron is a terrible person? Yes.
Well,
You guys know me so well.
We've done the wife topic. What else are you guys thinking that we might have missed on the show?
was-
Or what other things do we have floating around in the chat I might have missed?
Timeline.
Timeline.
I was about to say it. I swear. I promise I was going to say it right before you put it in there.
What specifically about the timeline do we need to talk about?
There was the possibility that, you know how we were talking about the timeline and how it's like super short, like way shorter than everybody assumes because it's so like there's like 4 fucking books.
8-ish
Yeah.
months.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
5 books?
Well, I mean, we're on. Okay. All right. We're going to fucking
five
sound
books
it
and a
out,
prequel.
kids. We got Wizard's First Rule. We got Stone and Tears. We got Blood of the Fold. We got, Temple of the Winds. And then we did Dead of Bones, which technically would be season 5, but it's technically book 4 because that's a prequel, right? So we're on season 4. I apologize. So right now we could be considered season 6, even though season 6 is what everybody's going to attribute to.
There was a long
The
way to
next
say
book,
that
Faith
they
of the
were on
Fallen.
book 5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Plus
in
a
short,
prequel.
we are on book 5.
If for those of you that might actually read the descriptions on the podcast, we are on season 6 of the podcast, but we are on technically book 5.
Ooh, yeah, you could do that. Dead of Bone was season 4.5.
But the point of this
But you can't
is-
mark
No,
that on
yeah.
the pod
Oh my God.
stuff, so
Okay.
Nope.
But the point of this is
Yeah.
that there's also a possibility of the fact that in Terry's world, this place that we talk about that has no name other than the individual lands having names, there's no world name, might have a different time structure than our world.
So you're saying that 6 months,
I'm
the
not
course.
saying-
You're not saying. Okay, to clarify, so we're not ripped to shreds. You're not. I'm going to start looking up the timeline right here, so we have some definitive spots we can look at. But
Don't you put words in my mouth.
don't you dare! So you are not saying everybody before Jade gets murdered. She
Everybody,
did not say
everybody.
There's a phrase for that. It's the general you.
the royal.
The royal you.
royal
where
you.
I say you, but it's not you. It's
Dear
you. It's,
royal patron.
it's you is short for you
pointing at
people.
me.
That's a you thing. That's not an us thing. Aaron says you people. So what you were saying, Jade, that the theory is that a month might not actually be 30 to 31 or maybe sometimes 28 days like it is here.
A day doesn't even have to be a day.
It doesn't even have to be 24 hours. We could be talking about 40-hour days.
Everything could be
That's
which is
upside down.
ridiculous for
You have
how
no idea.
long Richard goes without sleep sometimes.
I had the number 40 in my head, and then you said it, and I'm a little bit scared that we were completely on the same page
It
there.
seemed like more, but also not so crazy much more that it would be, so different from what we are used to. You know, like well, I guess, okay, I know where this came from. I know where it came from.
Build that bridge.
In D&D, I will fucking put this bridge in goddamn concrete. In D&D, 1 week is called a 10-day, and it lasts 10 days, i.e.
I wouldn't
months
have guessed that.
are 40 days. That's where 40 came from. It was stuck in my head from D&D, but that doesn't break the theory. What's to say that we're not dealing with 40-day months? Well, okay. Here, I guess, now that I said it out loud, here's the argument.
Just keep talking to yourself. I'll
Yeah,
hang out
I'm
over
talking to
here.
myself, but I think we're actually getting somewhere because we use the Gregorian calendar, I believe, and that has specific months that we refer to being certain times of the Gregorian, i.e. 365-day year. So the first day of winter
So many numbers.
suggests that is actually the calendar we are using, and the first day of winter is the first day of winter. Plus, the whole timeline is fucked in Wizard's first rule if we're not dealing with the same calendar we're dealing with now.
Well, and I know I'm speaking from a new reader perspective, but there has been no indication that this world is our world or, that this is Earth in any way. This is Fantasyland on Fantasy Planet. So it kind of is, I think a lot of writers tend to just fall back on, like, if they never specify that there's different time, I think the assumption is that it's going to be the same.
That it's what we're used
week,
to.
24-hour day. But yeah, I mean, honestly, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, if it's easily explainable or solvable by like a slightly different timeline of extended days or weeks or months, I think that's an absolutely valid explanation of things. I mean, we haven't had as far as I know, we have not had any official things. I do know that it's kind of a, read on and find out situation. For me, I know many of you know what's going on. But that being said, from first time reader, I immediately assumed that we're talking about 24-hour days, 7 days in a week.
Yeah.
30 to 31 or sometimes 28 maybe, who knows, but probably 30 days-ish in a month. But yeah, I mean, honestly, it could be anything. And it's fascinating there's so many studies about people doing like deprivation of like living in caves or living somewhere that's permanently lit and the effect that has on your perception of time.
Oh, fuck.
And, perception is reality. I mean, that's kind of one of those things. So it's we're making assumptions at it. We assume it's been roughly 8 months, but yeah, if months are 40 days at a time, that does kind of add a little bit to it. That's
It
about
could change the timeline a bit.
Jenna,
like over years, it
10
could.
days more per month, 8 months, that's 80 extra days. That does make the timeline a little bit more reasonable. Still pretty fast for everything that's happened, in my opinion.
And Jenna mentioned the lunar calendar because they would solstices would still probably occur, and that's probably, I mean, that was the most likely. But with their lunar calendar, the lunar calendar, I believe, and I don't know that
exactly.
goes by the moon,
so
and would their moon be different?
yeah,
exactly.
Shout out on the chat or podcastatt@gmail.com. Let me know if the lunar calendar, that's what we're talking about. The moon when it's like new moon, waxing, waning, and because you can track that each month,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So the idea here is that if the months were longer, the lunar calendar would change accordingly. Or if it didn't, that proves we're using the Gregorian calendar.
Well, in the solstice.
Wow, that sounded smart from my drunk ass.
And like, kind of like you're saying, I mean, a lot of it is like
Ooh.
food production. So a lot of it's going to be farming. You know, a lot of stuff like it's probably like they're aware. You know, farmers were aware of solstices maybe not long before we were aware of calendars, but like farmers knew seasons. You know, they were aware of like we got to plant now. Like we were able to track time without a calendar.
Yeah.
We got to plant now and harvest
Like
this many.
sailors, too.
Yeah, but roughly this much time later. And so there's plenty of metrics to track time. But yeah, as soon as you vag it up a bit, like
Wow.
if you don't track months, I mean, let's be honest here, they might
That's
not
true.
have months. Maybe it's just days.
I am looking at
The start of winter.
the Sword of Truth timeline right now. And we all know that Wizard's first rule started in 40 ACB. We talked about that on an episode. And currently, right now, Soul of the Fire all happens within 41 ACB. Faith of the Fallen, the next book, begins before 42. So the book we're currently on right now, at the very most, could be 23 months from the start of Wizard's first rule. Because who's to say that all of this doesn't happen just before the end of December? We haven't gotten to the very end of the book yet, so we can't definitively yet say what that is. I know a lot of our patrons who have read the entire series, all of their ears are bleeding right now because they're like, God damn it, Nate, you know what it is. Listen, I hear you, but we're taking our friend Aaron on the ride.
Hey, I'll put my earmuffs on.
And as long as you can't do that when your headphones are on, we've been over this.
I can't hear you.
Fucking goofball. Jade, meet me under the table.
I mean, in all fairness, if you guys want to talk full-on spoilers for a minute, I can go up and grab a slice of pizza. Do you guys want to go full spoilers for a minute? And I can take a small break?
Okay, Jade, you and I, Aaron, if you need to take a break, you can absolutely take a break.
Dan,
I'm
you
looking
got
at-
it. Do you guys need to go under the table?
We can go under the table for a moment. I believe the people who are listening now know what we're about to talk about. What do we got?
Jade, I know you were referencing Jenna's comment, but Sarah just mentioned that they mentioned Kalen's moon cycle.
That's right.
So that is potentially something that maybe the lunar or moon cycle is a way they keep track of time. Now, that being said, doesn't necessarily mean days and months still. They might just say, hey, we're in moon phase 1.
It's not definitive of how many days that is, but
Yeah.
it is the lunar cycle. Aaron, if you need to take a break for a moment and go have some pizza.
You know, I'm
That is okay.
starving for some pizza.
Okay.
So I'm going to go get some pizza. And in about 3 to 5 minutes, when I demolish those pieces of pizza, because I'm not going to commit to any number right now, but we will put plural on there. If you're not done, you're going to ruin the entire thing for me. So just know that.
I don't want to do that. That's the thing. I want you to take the ride because
I'm-
it's pretty great.
I'm taking the headphones off.
All right, headphones off in 3, 2. Oh, he already did it.
He can still hear us.
Oh my gosh.
Nope, can't hear anything.
Oh. He is actually gone now. Nope,
Grabbing my
he's
weed
back
pen.
again. What the fuck are you doing?
Wow.
Are you gone for sure? He came back 2 times very fast. That was fucking wild.
Can't trust that man.
Oh my gosh. All right. Yeah, I mean, it is fast. I feel like the timeline in general is a little faster than we're perceiving it just because we're doing the podcast. And that's
Now
something.
we are under the table.
Now we're under the table. Okay. Now that we're under the table, y'all, okay, listen. If you don't want anything spoiled, I'm talking end of fucking story in its entirety spoiled. Please put your headphones up for the next 30 seconds. Okay, you guys, this is my secret wish. No, seriously, Jade.
I'm here.
You got me turned on to this book, all right? I did not read fantasy. I didn't do any of that. All y'all are fucking nerds. I don't get it. You're weird. Dragons. Okay. This is huge. This is fucking, we've never talked about this on the show before.
Okay, what do you...
Listen, when Richard splits the world in half and creates an entire another universe in the very end and fucking just solves all this anti-magic bullshit and was like, you know what? We're just going to give those people a place to go.
Yeah.
And we're going to give the people a place to go who want magic, which I think is more beautiful than the place that lives without it. But I think that is the coolest fucking thing, to where he essentially created a world where everybody gets to be whoever the fuck they want to be. And I think that's the coolest fucking thing I've ever read.
Well,
like,
it's cool,
ever.
It's cool. Okay, that's cool. Well, we'll get there. But we were trying to just talk about like timeline shit, right?
I know, but I'm just saying, as a dude who's read this book, who's really excited to get to the end, and I don't retain information super great. So sometimes in the episode when I'm like, I don't know where all this is going, but I promise I've read the whole thing. Like, I have gotten to the end. It is the coolest fucking thing ever to me that he gave that to all the people who wanted it. And I feel like that is the essence of a good adventure story. And if I am known to love anything, it's fucking adventure.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to tell our readers who have gotten to the end of the series that I think that is the coolest goddamn thing that I've ever read in a fantasy series. And that is my anchor to why I love the Sword of Truth series, because of what happens all the way at the end.
Yeah. No. And I think that's cool. And I also, Elle's talking about Law of Nines and how we all know that ties in because.
Yes, I've read Law of Nines.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, the paintings. Oh, and how they come through. It's so fucking cool. I did not realize that was connected to the Sword of Truth world at all for just a minute. But the name is Raw.
Yeah.
Right? So the second you
There's the
read that,
mirrors
you go,
and all that, yeah.
Holy shit, this new thing is connected to the old thing. I was
Jensen went
so
over there.
excited.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Jade, as the proud owner of a Jeep, how do you feel about that? Good kind likes Jeeps. I'm just saying. I'm not saying he didn't necessarily say, but also there's a reason he gave them that Jeep.
No, I like Jeeps. I love my Jeep. But that's not what we're here to talk about. Yeah.
Okay. We were under the table.
Yes.
That's why I said all the things that I just said now. We can now go back above the table and get back to the conversation we were having when Aaron was here. Oh, I was actually shooting for the chimes and I fucked that up. So that happens sometimes. Chimes are on the other side.
Yeah.
There we go.
No, I'm excited for before he does come down here. Not only do we get confirmation that at least in some way, some of our characters do come to a world that likely has our timeline, which is interesting, but also my very favorite thing is just, what we end up learning about the Sword of Truth and the Book of Counter Shadows. Once we get there, I'm super excited to get there, and I hope that everybody's still there with us when we get there. Yay! Aaron should come back down here.
He should. Jenna just pointed out that was way longer than 30 seconds. My bad, guys. The beer has grabbed full hold. So anybody listening will have that entire series spoiled. I'm a bad podcast host. What can I say? I will attempt. Well, no, I was going to say.
Aaron a text just now.
Okay, that's
but
probably better.
We can do this without him. We did this without him for a long time.
I was going to yell for him, but I didn't think he would like that. So I'm not going to do that. Ruined. Craven McCormick. I am so sorry, my guy. We're breaking precedent with this episode. I think, okay, we're at we're at an hour and a half, roughly. I'm not going to edit this. So as long as I'm holding to my word that I'm not going to edit this, everybody listening, we are currently at 1 minute 34. No, I'm sorry. 1 minute 35, 1 hour, 35 minutes. Holy shit, I got it out. That is unedited time, which is crazy for us. Normally, we'd like to try and keep the episodes a little shorter. Aaron has appeared in he's doing a wrestling entrance. Oh, man, you guys should see it. There's fucking sparklers. There's fire. There's music. It's intense. He's doing the Degeneration X. Fucking, yeah, I know some older wrestling references. He looks cool as fuck, I gotta say. Aaron, we are above the table. His muscles are huge. He's pointing out to me. They're massive. Real big dick on him, too. Gotta be, what was that, 18 inches? He's laughing away from the microphones.
Unedited.
Unedited. I said what I said. I meant what I said. I keep my promises to two very rare groups of people. The first of which being my wife, my best friends, and my patrons. And that is it. Okay, now I'm going to check the chat because he's pointing at something very vivid. Let's see. We will always stay with you guys at Jade. Ruined and less than 20 minutes are actually SOT stuff, just the way we like it. Aaron, cool as fuck? Clearly not Aaron. I hope he's wearing pants. I call imposter. Imposter. Hey, to call it out earlier, I did say paintings. That was incorrect. I meant mirrors.
Oh, you said paintings.
I said paintings.
I was like,
I fucked up and said
God,
paintings.
I said fucking mirrors.
I knew that Terry Goodkind is a real big fan of the skill that it requires to make a painting. And for whatever reason, that was in my mind. I read the book. I know it's mirrors. I know it's what makes mirrors creepy. Aaron, this is for later things. But Aaron is back in the room, so I will make that correction. He doesn't know what the fuck we're talking about, and everything is safe.
You can't prove a goddamn
You are
thing.
not allowed to back scroll in the fucking chat from here on out.
Guess what? Don't know how.
Good.
Painting do
Perfect.
Play a part in, I like what he's.
Right. Yes, he is
like
correct.
The way he's phrased.
It do play a part.
Painting do play a part.
It do play a part.
We
Yeah.
saw a painter.
I like that.
I know about a painter, a magical painter.
Yeah, where they get stuck in his paintings on
yeah.
the television show.
From Watch Along.
100%.
Yeah.
No, you don't. You don't know anything.
I know. I've
No,
watched.
you don't.
I've
You
watched the
don't
Watch
know what
Along,
we're
Jade.
talking
So I
about.
basically know the books.
You were above the table.
That's
Buddy,
true. I was above the table.
I am so happy to tell
I
you,
was very far above the
you
table.
have no fucking idea where these books are going. It is so fucking cool. Okay. All the spoilers got to stop. Okay. Is there anything else from our patron community that they wanted to touch on? I would say we have about probably 20 minutes left at most. So if there's stuff you want to touch on, let us know in the chat. Otherwise,
a map or Kara CPR thing. Those are the other two things that we have on our notes.
oh, the map and the car CPR thing. Okay.
Yeah, I had a question on Kara CPR.
I don't know if I
Yeah.
want to talk to you about it.
Okay.
Look, the Sword of Truth podcast is not a place to discuss Sword of Truth
It's not a
things.
place for questions, okay?
I'll go back to looking at funny cat videos on my phone.
Well, you can share those.
Oh, now you want to know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
now-
I
talk
mean,
to you.
yeah.
It's about cats.
Yeah, I was curious on the Kara CPR situation. Do you guys, and I know you guys will have to, all of you people will have to kind of do spoilers or non-spoilers, because I don't know if this comes up again. But do you guys think this was like normal CPR, but the idea of some sort of technique that can bring people back to life obvious. I think as we kind of touched on in the soon-to-be-released chapter episode.
Oh, they haven't heard it, but we've heard it.
Right, yeah.
'Cause
You
we talked it.
Yeah, you people haven't heard it yet, but by the time this airs, you will have heard it, I think. This will all make sense. But yeah, was Kara's CPR that she performs in an upcoming chapter normal CPR, or was there a magic
She
to
doesn't
it?
push the chest. I will say that.
I do believe that it is magic, but it is supposed to represent what CPR is, because there and I believe I got to go a little deeper. I've got the Sword of Truth wiki pulled up right now, but while the breath of life occurs, a small white mist exhaled from the lips of the Mordsith mouth to the lips of the dead person. Wow. Wow, that was full on person. Look, the point is not that I accidentally lisp. The point is that there's a small white mist exhaled from the lips, and that means that it's magic, unless it's very cold.
Ooh, small white. All right, I'm sorry.
No, not that, but it could be
I'm
that.
sorry.
But it's not that, but it totally could be. But it's not. But it's not. But the small white mist does lead me to believe that it is a magical
It's just cold
thing
outside,
that
you
they're
assholes.
doing. It's either magic or it's cold outside.
That's why the nipples.
That's why the nipples.
Nate, would you say it's depending on whether or not there's tongue action? That's the determining factor if it's magical or not.
Well, tongue action does lead to things becoming magical.
Craven did point out that if there was tongue, it was magical.
I would have to agree with Craven in that situation. That's kind of the best of the worst situation, because shortly after it would be magical, you'd probably be in a shitload of pain. I mean, like, really, you'd have to pay for it dearly.
I absolutely love that we're dealing
that-
with a
wait.
Hold on, we are dealing with a reverse Dementor situation.
Throat-nimate.
Oh, holy shit.
Fuck
Yeah.
does that word say?
I believe. Okay.
I don't know.
Don't. Okay. Is that Triple H?
Yes.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. No wrestling stuff.
I know that.
There's the king of things, the king of
Fuck
kings,
yeah.
I
the
know
game,
the bottom of that
Hunter
wrestler anywhere.
something.
the cerebral assassin. No, he's famous for making things come out of his mouth. So yeah.
Amazing. Amazing.
But
he
yeah.
looked just like that. That's the breath of life right there.
me.
We have a reverse
Couldn't be me.
reverse Dementor situation. It's instead of sucking the soul out, we're blowing the soul
Oh, I'm
in.
dumb. Okay, I understand.
Oh, holy shit. I
It's-
just read, okay,
God
Danny
damn it.
Anxious
God
looking at
damn
you,
it.
pal.
Oh, wow.
Fuck you,
Throat
Dan.
Nemed.
Fuck you for being clever, Dan.
Throat Nemed is Dementors backwards. I was like, what the fuck? There's some shit that I have never heard of being
Hunter
talking
Hurst
about.
Hemsley? That's a terrible name.
Hunter Hurst Hemsley.
Well,
yeah,
he's-
Triple H.
You gotta understand, he's French.
He's
That's-
the legend?
Wait, hold on.
No.
Is it the legend?
on.
I know the Phenom is
Hold
Undertaker.
The fuck on.
Holding.
His real name is Paul Levesque.
Yes. Nailed it.
Yes.
And he changed it to Hunter Hurst Hemsley.
That is
and
his
then
stage name.
Went to
Correct.
and then goes by doesn't actually go by that, so nobody doesn't actually know that name, and he's Triple H.
Well, it's Hunter Hurst Hemsley, Triple H. It's the shortened version. It's
That's
his nickname.
Wild. That's fucking wild.
Well, because literally he
Why
was.
did you do that?
I did the snap and elbow thing because it's like, yeah, you got it. But no, if you go back and watch his early matches, he
Patronizing, that's what it
dressed
was.
like a French person would, I guess. He was very colonial, continental in his dress.
Well, okay, so colonial close, but I have always assumed that Triple H referred to Henry Howard
No,
Holmes.
it's not even that cool, Nate.
H.H. Holmes. No,
not even that fucking
he's the
cool.
fucking killer, right?
What a
But it's
dude.
not even that. I was just surprised to find that that's not the reference he was going for. He just really likes H's for some reason. Because his name isn't even that. I could see if it was his name. What the fuck are we talking about? Anyways.
Why are we talking
Let's
about
be
wrestlers?
honest. H.H. Holmes just rolls right off the tongue.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
wait,
smooth.
yes, but as far as the
Breath of life,
CPR
CPR.
goes,
Yeah.
it's essentially, first of all, they're talking about getting blood and water out of the person's air hole, right?
Ooh.
So there's that. They don't mention palpitating the chest at all, but I would fucking assume that you would if you had to. Just, I don't know. Maybe it's magic, though, because they don't, and they just go...
They don't. Yeah, that is a distinction
And it just
between
makes
that
it-
and CPR.
But Kara stares at Richard and goes, it's not a Mordsith thing, but this is... I don't know if I said this on air. Kara and the other Mordsith don't believe in magic. They don't like magic, right? So...
Correct.
Yeah.
So why... They would never say that they're doing magic. So they would inherently just be like, no, it's not magic.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it might actually be, and it's just not something that they would ever admit themselves. And they can actually only do that. And maybe Richard technically couldn't. But he's magic, so he probably could. Anyways.
That's exactly what I thought. I feel like there was a magic twinge to it, but because Kara and the Mordsith in general are so anti-magic, they just don't believe that they can have magic.
Bye, Jenna. We love you.
Yes, Jenna,
Boy,
thank you so much for
Australian
joining
Jenna.
us.
From American Dan.
Jesus. But yeah, I do think that
Gina.
I think it's magic, but Kara will never admit that it's magic. Even if it's not, or if it is, she won't ever admit it.
Right. She would never say that that's like even
Right.
her ability to steal magic is like technically magic.
No, it's fucking not.
But no, it's not. No, it's not.
You want
No,
to
it's
fight?
not.
No, it's not.
You want to fight?
Whoa, Kara, how'd you get here?
Oh, fuck yeah. Guys, you know what? This was a lot of fun.
There was one more thing. Hang on.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, hit me with the last thing. I
just-
don't want to miss anything, so fucking hit me.
I'm sorry. Just click on that one more time. Click on that thing. About
Oh yeah.
Jagang and the Imperial Order and how they moved that we wanted to touch on briefly before we said goodbye to everyone.
Well, what's the question surrounding that?
I think we were just going to maybe go over like the movements of Jagang, where he came from, where he's going, where Anderith is in relation to where Richard and Kaelin are right now.
Okay.
That may have, I'm going to be real honest with you, behind the scenes alert,
Boop, don't want to close my eyes.
that was a note for if we needed to fill time, I think. I think the map thing was if we didn't go to 1 hour and 47 minutes potentially.
But we're here.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're already here.
But
so
we're here.
Fuck it.
Yeah, pull it up. Let's just talk about it real
Fuck yeah,
quick.
here we go.
We know
Map
he was-
is full on.
We know he was in Tanamura,
Yep.
right?
We are on the map. Sean Bachman,
The map.
the map.
Not-
SOTmap.com.
Not the map.
No,
The map.
the
map.
one and only.
This motherfucker, he went up through the wilds.
Mm-hmm.
He is going around the mud people,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Keeping south.
Yeah.
Going
Headed
this
towards
way? Is he
Anderith.
headed west or is he, yes, headed towards Anderith?
He's keeping along the coastline, which that's what we again, this is spoilers for those
There's
of you
Anderith.
listening us live. However, most of you have already read the
It
books.
took me a second to get to Anderith. It's right there.
Yeah, Anderith is right here. It's backed up to the water.
Nice coastal city.
Beautiful.
Probably got
Gorgeous in the
great-
fucking summer.
Can you imagine that view at night? I mean, that's got to be just
But they got the
wonderful.
bells.
I like to picture it like Traverse City.
They got all them bells.
They got the bells.
They got the bells.
They got those big old bells protecting them.
But it does kind of make sense that, you know, the idea is probably, I'm sure they're thinking that they're coming up from Tanamura and they're headed towards either Aidendrill or the People's Palace.
Isn't it wild though
then
that
they stay
that
west.
We already know though there have been like large contingencies of the army who have
Mm-hmm.
come up through Gallia. No, not Gallia. Ebenesia,
Yeah.
which is not on this map
I
currently.
don't see it.
I do believe it might just be because we are a little zoomed in. Let me go ahead and make this real big.
No, I think it's just not listed. Because Ebonesia it's not as far south as Anderith, right?
I thought it was up above Jara, or maybe near Jara.
Guys, Al's typing in Discord. We'll have an answer soon.
Our fucking man knows the answer.
It's
We
just-
will be back.
Yeah, it's just one of those
no,
things
I don't
where
see it on the map right
we
here.
know.
No.
We know. I would say there is Kingsport, there's Gallia, there's Agaden Reach, which, like you said, Jade, was right. That's right just south of Jara, which is right
Yo,
also
Jackal
south of
King is
Nico
typing.
Barisi.
Just wait.
But yeah, I mean, I would think, like, tactically, you would understand.
Beautiful.
Thank
Beautiful.
you.
Love you. See, that's why I said
Gallia.
Gallia. See,
Fuck yeah.
See, my gut knew.
Jade?
My gut knew.
My
Technically,
guy.
you were correct.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So right here, we're talking about right here.
Ebonesia is the capital of Gallia. Thank you for the clarification. Al.
North and slightly
That's why we love you,
east
Gail.
of Anderith.
Mm-hmm.
Right between like Anderith, the Mud People, and Ebonesia most likely make a straight line.
Which it does feel like that would be like if you can take Gallia, if you can take Ebonesia, you definitely have a base of operations to then move forward north into Aidendro.
Well, you don't want to take Kelton.
Yeah, I heard it's pretty shitty.
I
I
heard
mean,
it.
yeah, it smells awful. Anderith is a coastal town. You're not worried about the Mud People.
Maybe salty, but probably smells good.
If you get from Anderith to Gallia, you've got a good you got a good chunk there
Yeah.
of most of the Midlands, and so you could just fucking clean house. Westland's got no magic. My guess is Gang knows that. My guess is he might focus on them because they're going to be easy as fuck. They can just get all the Midlands in
Hey.
one sweep.
The boundary has been down for days at this point. So there could be magic in Westland at this point.
It's been like 4 hours, bro.
been like
You can't
a
tell me
minute.
it has
Literally
been
anything could happen.
at least days since the boundary fell. But there could be magic in Westland at this point. If you were a magic user and you live close to the boundary and all of a sudden you look out on your front porch and that boundary ain't there anymore, you're probably traveling to Westland.
Can you imagine the dudes
I
that
wouldn't.
woke up and didn't see the fucking boundary that
That's
Zed
fair.
put up and was like, oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, think like if there was, we know there's not a ton of magic users because we know there's not a lot of wizards. That has been kind of pretty well established
Wow.
at this point.
Wow.
Don't you wow me.
Wow.
You're just
Fucking wow,
like
Aaron.
every magic user is a fucking a wizard or something. Wow.
I'm a sorcerer.
Wow.
Quite obvious. I don't read fucking books.
Stereotype.
Come on, my
I
guy.
need to make some
Bullshit.
last minute changes to our D&D campaign.
Uh-oh.
You guys had just added 5 goblins to every encounter.
Me, quite obviously,
Excuse me?
Xander Elcaster requires you to tell me what the fuck you are talking about.
Weird. Russ really likes to eat goblins whole.
God, he does.
Whole motherfuckers stand no
whole.
chance.
Maybe this is the quick last topic to end on.
Hit me.
I
You get to
believe-
decide that. That's weird.
No, this is
Just come in third
Hold
and then
on.
take over the podcast.
First of all-
okay, Aaron.
First
Funny.
of all,
Okay, Aaron.
First of all, I'm a man. I always come first. Second of all,
That's not true.
Okay, so we're gonna fight before we get
Okay,
there.
so you want to fight now?
second of all, I believe it was Eki that had a comment. What type of D&D characters do we think that our main characters would be? Are we talking? We can talk class. We can talk subclass.
Oh, man. Are we? Okay. Hold on. I'm sorry. I don't know that this person is listening currently with us right now, but I know for a fact one of our patrons, Amy, lady, I am looking at you.
Looking at me, actually.
I'm
just so we're
actually
super clear.
looking at my wife, but I'm currently speaking to Amy.
Royal you.
It's aggressive. The way you're
Because
looking at me
I'm
is
sorry.
aggressive.
No, I'm not trying to be aggressive. I know that this person has a very detailed answer to this question. Not only that, but in our Baldur's Gate 3 campaign, the reason, because a little peek behind the scenes, Jade, Aaron, and I have a Baldur's Gate campaign in which I'm Richard, Jade is Kaylin, and Aaron is essentially Zed. Now they're
Kara's
not.
there too.
Kara is there too.
She's Shadowheart. She's Shark.
Shadowheart.
Shark
We're gonna
is
get her in some
Kara.
red leather.
We do have the three. We have Kara, Reyna, and Berdine, and that's who our rotating fourth member is in our
we gotta
party.
get them two to fuck. That's what we gotta do.
Okay.
But the
Horny Nate.
thing is it's Baldur's Gate. Anything's fair. As Lyrico, my bard, I fucked everybody.
You could have stopped at my bard. We already knew what the rest was going to be.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Didn't work out very well for me. I was in
Aw.
pretty rough shape by the end of it. But the point is that we have a Sword of Truth playthrough on Baldur's Gate 3, and I do my best to be Richard. I asked Amy about it, and Amy is the one that pointed me in the right direction about Richard actually being a sorcerer, not a wizard. Strictly because of abilities that he has in the books, to where he loves books and he reads books, but all of his abilities are just inherent to him. And he's just figuring out how to make it work. He's not like scholarly reading about his power as a wizard. So technically, he's a sorcerer.
I think he'd be a multi-class. I think he would be a ranger / sorcerer.
I agree.
Did I say that? Yeah, I said that.
Ranger sorcerer would be more correct.
But I mean, up until I think we had you as a fighter, but you were the Eldritch Knight subclass, so you had access to the magic.
Correct. Yeah. Mainly a fighter, wanted to dance with death, but had a little magic because Richard's, I mean, he does use magic, but it's not like his go-to.
Well, I mean, famously, up until this point in the book, he's, denied it. He does not.
Yeah,
well, I mean, he's embraced it more lately, but, a lot of it at the beginning was definitely like, I'm not magic. Fuck off. Which does kind of go to the sorcerer thing as well. I could see, I mean, that's kind of, you're definitely pulling some inspiration with Xander. You're kind of a sorcerer that's worried about his magic.
Yes. Oh, 100%.
And I, so that's kind of an interesting one. But what about, Kaylin? I mean, Zed's somewhere between wizard and sorcerer. I mean, he's studied at this point.
Zed's obviously a bard. I don't even know what you're talking about.
All right. Yeah.
Wizard from the sense
Can't
of,
argue.
he's a wizard, but bard in the sense that he's a older fatherly figure who tells you relics of history to teach you lessons. I mean, what does Zed do if not fuck magic and eat? That's my kind of fucking bard right there.
You're not wrong. For sure. Multi-class at the least. I mean, if we had to pick one, bard might be the most accurate.
I mean, okay, obviously he's a wizard, but I like to think that Zed serves up a good bit of inspiration. But Kaylin is who I am actually most curious about. What
Kaylin's
would
a tough
Kaylin
one.
be? Because, okay, technically you could, look, my actual knowledge of D&D is still quite limited.
We have Kaylin as a sorcerer.
Aaron absolutely, well, I won't even say absolutely knows what he's talking about, but I will defer to Aaron on all D&D related backstory stuff because he has been putting in the fucking work for our campaign, and I know this to be true. But as far as Kaylin goes, I vote Ithalid because of
Mind flare.
because of mind control, right? She could permanently mind control a person, and if not Ithalid, I don't know what that is. Or if it's a level like 68 spell, right? Because she only 69s with Richard, then maybe she could
you're
just make
ridiculous.
it last
wanna
for a
leave,
really
Jade?
long time.
You're ridiculous. I can't talk to you.
I feel pretty good about that, guys.
That's pretty good. I like, for some reason, part of me wants to say cleric, but it's like, not really. Like, that doesn't work.
No, she's a sorcerer.
I
and
think
a-
she's a sorcerer. Is that what we have her as?
Is she?
Mhm.
This
Yeah.
could be
Did we do wild magic?
dangerous territory,
yeah, we
but
did.
is she
Because of-
technically a
because
cleric
of
for
the-
truth?
Kandar.
And Richard
Because
is
of
her
the
god.
nature of Kandar,
Yeah.
she can't really control that. It's wild magic.
Hmm.
More primal, emotion, rage fueled. There's a lot of animal pictures in Discord right now.
I see kitties.
Oh, we're gonna start getting distracted. But yeah,
Jackal, that's on you. You know what you did to us. Distraction.
I almost feel like
Grenade.
Mord Sith could be paladins of some kind.
I full on believe Mord Sith is a paladin.
They
100%.
follow an order.
It doesn't necessarily have to be a god figure. It has to be a leader. They have to hold to an ideal, very much like a cleric, but not in a religious sense.
I think
No
we
magic.
No magic.
So it's tough on the paladin
I
stuff
100% put Mord Sith in paladin
I think
category.
right now
They're
in
just hot and wear tight
in our
leather and
current
norm.
game, we have Shadowheart as a cleric of war.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's the Kara stand-in.
Ooh,
She
shit,
is.
that's pretty
Yeah.
good,
She is.
actually.
Lae'zel, very aggressive. I think we said she was the Berdine.
What is this that I'm looking at?
Nope. Karlak.
Karlak is Berdine.
Karlak is Berdine.
Because I didn't know if it was Reyna, because Reyna was more with the nature.
No.
And Karlak has some nature
Karlak-
stuff.
No, I
Berdine's
think...
a big, lovable,
yeah,
wonderful.
full
Okay.
of joy.
Yes.
Okay.
Berdine, every time I picture Berdine, she is smiling and she
I
is
will
just
fucking
making
fight
everything
anybody
better.
who says that Berdine is anybody but Karlak.
Kara is a death cleric.
Oh, I'm good with
for
that.
sure.
No, Shadowheart, Death Cleric. Or the character of Shadowheart would be Death Cleric for Kara.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hot goth chick. She's very sad. You understand. She just wants everyone to feel pain and be bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the main one. I think people like Chase. I mean, we're talking. Oh, there's so many black cats.
You guys, I just want to point out we're 2 hours in, and this whole episode has devolved into just looking at everybody's cats.
There's not a problem with. He's sleeping.
No, yeah, I was going to
I
say,
was trying to pet
furthermore,
him.
this is fucking awesome.
Yeah, but if I call him, he'll come.
That's true. That's absolutely true.
I'm pretty sure I just heard him move. He will be here shortly.
But yeah, I think some of the more side-ish characters. I mean, a lot of we meet Nathan, Prophet. I mean, that's more along the sorcerer and wizard.
Wait,
what
black
are you
cat.
talking
scenario.
about?
Oh my God, Black
And
Cat
Aki's got a
Society.
black cat. Look at this.
Oh my
Wait,
God.
hold on.
We need
Hold the
names.
fuck on.
We
Okay.
need names. Amara from Supernatural.
You guys-
Thank you, Al.
I think to end this out, we just realized that all of our patrons, all the people that are here with us right now who believe in what we're doing,
Maybe not all, but a lot.
maybe not, there may not all be here, but all the people that are with us have supported us and have believed in us.
And hit black cats.
And all have black cats, and I'm freaking out.
Except maybe Dan.
I'm
But we still
freaking
love
the
you,
fuck
Dan.
out. Okay.
But I love you all.
Just because
Dan, go get a cat.
I think this is going to be our
You have to go buy a black cat right now.
our best end ever. Wait.
Oh my God, can we all stay
I don't
together while
see-
you go buy a cat?
I'm looking at.
Shut up, Dan.
Okay, so Jade, you put a picture up. You put a picture up of Puck in the basement. That's where we are right now. I see Jackal King also put up a couple pictures of his cat. Oh my God, he's chubby, so cute. Okay, and then Sarah has a picture of her black cat. Eki has a picture of her black cat. And then we've got Craven McCormick in a, wait, hold on. What the fuck is this?
He's got a cat Lego.
There's
He's
two
got,
pictures.
That's a Lego cat.
It's two separate pictures.
One is a real cat
Yes.
and one is a Lego
you
cat.
have to buy me a Lego puck now.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we got a new decoration for the studio.
Oh my God. That is for sure happening.
Our anniversary's coming up, bud.
Well, Craven, I don't know if you are married or not. So I will say, from one partner with an anniversary coming up to another, thank you, my friend, for this gift you have given me. Plus, black cats should be easy. Right? They're all the same color Lego. So
He's got white.
he does have a white patch right on his crotch. In order to make it accurate, he's got to have a white patch.
Give him privacy, Nate.
No, that's a lot of black cats are like that. That's where the ink ran out. We know
Yeah.
that about black
It
cats.
is, yeah. He could be tuxedo.
Well, that's
but he's not.
fantastic.
You know, your tuxedo cat is a black cat. We're all just the same.
I'm so glad.
Why
Just-
are you doing
just-
so
I was
much?
Just
shushed.
real quick. Just real quick.
I will
So
not
many
be
timeout
shushed.
things.
Just very quick.
How
What a
dare
dick.
you?
He's
Very
a
quick.
dickbag.
Very quick. Patreon shout out.
Keep it in the list.
David Benson, I'm very sorry we could not get you in. The timing of this is that we are about to wrap up right as we're commenting that the live is probably about over.
Oh,
we
no.
will make sure to post maybe
Wait.
we'll get some more concise instructions in
Listen,
here.
reach out
Hold
to
on.
us and we will personally make sure that next time you are able to join us.
Is he
He
here?
did, we didn't.
Is he here now?
No, he's on Patreon asking how to join and we're about to wrap.
Oh,
So, David
yeah.
Benson, I want to let you know. So,
Yes.
I'm very sorry we couldn't get you in.
Sincere apologies.
We will make sure, Dan the Anxious, that's a wonderful picture, but we will make sure, David, that you will get in for the next
Okay.
live. We'll post some more instructions on how to get
What
to
I
Discord.
will say is I think we should close the episode, and maybe we will not necessarily close out with our patrons right away.
Okay.
So bye, everybody who's not on the live. We love you so much, and we'll see you next episode. Thanks for hanging out for 300, and we'll see you for 300 more for sure.
Yeah. Thank you.
There's
for
a lot of books.
hanging out with us for 300 plus hours. You guys are the fucking.
Did that sound real?
It sounded so real.
2 of 3 people said goodbye.
Toodaloo, kangaroos.
Perfect.